an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
Hey guys and gents, welcome back to the Classy Shade channel. So today I will be telling you guys a story. I started this story with my Mother's Day story about the last time my mother had to pray for me. So let's get into it. So I am back. I asked that you guys grab a glass of wine, some popcorn, some dinner. It is afternoon here, maybe a sandwich, wherever you are. I just ask that you guys get comfortable because this story will be a little harsh and it might even cause some trauma for some of you guys who have been through similar situations. I just ask you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks, and get ready for the story. It all started in 2018. I received a letter in the mail that I was being sued for a company name that I had, that it was trademarked and that I was no longer allowed to use it, and I had a certain amount of days and hours to basically change my company name. So I contacted a young lady and I asked her, how can we work on this? Where can we go from here? And she helped me, and I paid her, and we went our separate ways. But then we continued to be friends a little while after. There was a girl, a mutual friend that we had in between, that I eventually ended up getting close with. She reached out to me when my sister passed away, and literally we just became really close very fast. And then one day I had posted on Facebook like, oh, who wants to go bowling? Like, I want to go bowling, because I've always liked going bowling, even though I kind of suck at it, but I've always liked bowling. So 2 girls got on the post and was like, oh, I want to go. So I'm like, okay. So one of the girl that was the middle friend, I guess they had made plans before and it just didn't work out between the two. And the middle friend was like, oh, you better come to her. Like, you better come with you. Like, I've never been out with these girls prior to that, so I didn't even know if the other girl shows up or not. So I ended up being a designated driver. I picked everyone up. We went bowling and we went out to dinner. So around that time, my sister had passed away, and one of the girls from the group had reached out to me, and, you know, we were talking back and forth. Well, they had their own little section of talking about girls who were posting in the group. They would talk about these people behind their back and make fun of them. Basically, it was a mean girl group, but it was like text messages, but it was a Facebook inbox group. So these girls were talking amongst each other. So everything that I had said to the girl about how I was feeling when my sister passed away, she went back and was laughing and making jokes about the whole situation in the group messages. And when we had went out to bowling and then we went out to dinner, the main character in the story, she decided that she was going to tell me at the dinner table what the girl was saying about me. And then it just went from there, because of course I was going to check the girl. Like, why are you talking about me and my dead sister? Like, what is wrong? What is going on with you? So I'm trying not to get upset as I tell this story. So I confronted the girl. Me and the girl started going back and forth on Facebook. She lived in New York. I lived here. So I told her, you could pull up whenever you want to. Okay? Because as y'all know, the old Shay is a fighter. Let's give this girl, the main character, a name. We're going to call her Korea. Okay? So we have Korea, and then the middle friend, we're going to call her Samantha. Okay? Now, Samantha was always the peacemaker, but she also had some things with her too, but we'll get into that another time. We're going to talk about Korea. So the girl groups, the messages that everybody ever said about anybody literally went all over the place, all because I confronted one girl that was talking about me. It literally went out that this person was talking about that person, this person was talking about she was gonna fight this person. Like, it literally was like 5 or 6 girls, and they was even talking about the girl who owned the group. So it was just a lot. And I think that we should have never became friends. Like, we were never meant to be friends, but we ended up becoming friends. So Korea ended up getting really close with me and Samantha. Well, Samantha and I. So Samantha, she was just kind of like, didn't trust Korea in the beginning of us, you know, all becoming friends. Now, I will say at the time, me and Samantha was more closer than I was closer to Korea. But I think Korea had her own issues that she was going through herself, not really knowing who she was as a woman at the time, not really knowing how to be a friend, questioning every little thing. And I think Samantha was just like kind of over it. But Samantha used to say in our group text, like, yeah, she probably talking about us. Oh, yeah, she probably like just throwing out there like little smart things that she felt like Korea was doing. And Korea would come back and be like, oh, no, you know, I'm not talking about y'all and this, that, and the third and woo-de-woo-de-woo. So fast forward, Samantha and I ended up not being cool no more. We ended up like just because she was pillow talking. So her and our friendship didn't last the first time around because she would pillow talk to her man. And one day she was at my house and I was in my room and she was in the living room. She heard her man on speaker and he was saying all the things that she said about me. He like, oh, why are you hanging with her? You were talking about her and this, that, and the third. So basically neither one of them was ever really my friend. Let's just put it that way. Three of us were business owners. So you had one, Korea had her own company. You had one who was a nail stylist / nail artist / whatever she is, because she's not a nail tech, but she good at them nails, okay? So Korea was going to them in a group and telling them that, oh, I was flirting with her husband, that I wanted her husband, that I wanted the life she had, that I was jealous of her, just talking about my company. Now, mind you, Korea was buying wigs from my company like literally all the time, right? Now, if you guys remember back, I want to say 2018, 2019, they really didn't even have a size charts when it came to caps. So Korea did come to me and tell me that the cap size was too small for her head. Now, she had a bigger size head, but she also had a lot of hair, right? So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll fix it. So what I used to do was I would stack 2 caps together and make it bigger to make it one. And those wigs started to fit her head. But before she came to me and talked to me about it, this is before I knew about measurements and everything, because I learned about measurements in 2020, right? So this is before I knew about measurements. I thought all caps were one size fits all, you know, because my head is small. I have a small head. So this wig right here that I got on right now is big. As you can see, like the back is like coming up, but it fits me right here because I made the band fit me tight enough to where as though the front don't move, but the back moves literally. With any push or anything in the back, and the wind blow, the wig in the back is kind of lifted. So back then I didn't know about measurements. I also didn't make this wigs from a company, but I didn't know about measurements. So what I did was I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna get creative and put 2 caps together to make her wigs. So she was talking about me real bad to these girls, talking about I wanted her husband, talking about I was jealous of her, that I was a hater, I want what she had, and this, that, and the third. Now, she had some, I'm older than her, by the way. She had some flaws in how she was living when we first started communicating. And I had my own place. I had my own car. I have a good career. I had my wig shop. I was doing great. I don't know why she would think that I would want her life. That's for her to tell me about, which she can't now. I no longer communicate with her. I understand why she would think that I would want her husband. But I looked at him like a bro and I looked at her like a sis. So when I would deliver the wigs to her, her husband would always come and get the wigs, and I was teaching him how to hold them so that they would still be presentable to her. Like, this was major to me. My craft is everything to me. So when he would grab the wigs, he would kind of grab the wigs kind of rough. He a man, you know what I'm saying? I understand that. I will be on the phone with her. I will call her to let her know I was there. Stay on the phone with her until I hand the wig to her husband and he go his way and I drive off, and then I will hang out with her. So what in the right mind did you think that I would want your husband when I was on the phone with you? I'm like, listen, this is how you hold the wig. You know, showing him how to basically handle it. This is the first time I ever delivered the wig to her. So she was talking to them, telling them, like, basically I was flirting with her man. And it was just like, to them, they're like, oh, she's a homewrecker. So the nail artist, she deletes me off social media. I didn't even realize it, but she deletes me off social media. I no longer have any contact with her. She no longer reaches out to me. We used to actually pray together. We would inbox each other and pray together and everything. She told me that her mom had passed away. So me and her had, you know, grew a little bond. But with her, going to her and talking about me to them as if like I was trying to basically steal this woman's husband. This is supposed to be my friend, by the way, y'all. So they end up not liking me. These two women, that the nail shop owner, and her client and her friend that my friend is talking about me to. These two women decide that they don't want nothing to do with me. But the girl who was a mutual friend between the two, sorry y'all, she like, something not right. You still buying wigs from this girl. You talking about this girl like she's a bad person. You saying she's trying to steal your husband. You saying you don't like her wigs, but yet you're hanging out with her. You posting her on social media like, that's my friend, da 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 da. You purchasing wigs from her, and she's still around your husband. So this girl cannot be as bad as you're saying that she is. So the girl decides to get to know me on her own. So let's bring the third girl in, and we're going to call her, she is so pretty. So we're going to call her Pretty Girl, right? So Pretty Girl decides that she wants to get to know me on her own, right? So I start doing her hair. Here we are in 2019, and Pretty Girl decides that she wants to get to know me on her own. Now the nail stylist, I honestly do not know what happened to her. She like disappeared, and then she came back, and she like, hold up, Korea and Shay cool? Because Korea was telling me, whoa, so how they cool now? Because I ain't liking this. Now nail lady like on 10, but she's talking to Pretty Girl, and Pretty Girl like, I know, right? But the nail lady wanted to tell me right then and there in 2019 what was up. Like, she wanted to tell me, or was that 2020? 2020, she wanted to tell me like what was up, because she like, hold up, this girl has talked about this girl, basically said she was a homewrecker. Like, I want to let her know what's up. So now we fast forward, we in 2020. The world shut down. I haven't seen Korea in a while. And then me and her start going out once the world opened up. We going out. We going to get seafood. My Umi saw us at the seafood place together. She's all hyped to see me. Mind you, that's my second mother. We talked about her on Mother's Day as well. She like, oh, you out with your friend? Out with her friend. So, you know, me and my friend, we get a table, we eat or whatever, and then we end up leaving or whatever. Korea used to get sick a lot, so I would be like worried about her a lot or whatever. And anyway, I ended up finding something in her scalp while doing her hair, and I'm like, you need to go to the doctors. Something's not right. So Korea and I really got, you know, close over the time being, but coming to find out she wasn't really my friend. So I'm going to fast forward to 2020. I had my 30th birthday party, and Korea didn't come, but neither did Pretty Girl. Pretty Girl had to work, and Korea was supposedly sick. I don't know what actually happened, but people started to reach out to me on Facebook like, so you meaning to tell me she didn't come to your party? So it was a whole post, and I'm like, she's my friend, she's good, she wasn't feeling well, we good, da 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 da. But like I said, the nail tech lady like, hold up. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's said about you. But I didn't hear it first from the nail lady. I didn't hear it first from her. I think that Pretty Girl was hearing it so much from the nail lady that she's just like, we gotta talk. I'm like, okay. Not thinking this is about to be about my friend. They had videos. They had screenshots. When I tell you, so the nail tech lady, she had, okay, so act like this is her phone, right? She would literally put her phone upside down and record the girl talking about me while she's doing her nails. While she is doing her nails, she literally recording this woman talk about me with her phone upside down. When I say receipts on top of receipts, I'm in TD parking lot in tears. When I say in tears, now mind you, we're going to go back to Samantha. She's talking about me and Samantha, saying that Samantha was my lap dog or lab rat or whatever. Basically talking bad about Samantha, this, that, and the third. So then I had to contact Samantha and inform her. Was I wrong for that? I don't think so. Because she was talking about Samantha. She was talking about Samantha's child. She was saying all this stuff about us and basically that she don't want to be our friend, but continue to be our friend, which is weird because you don't like us, you talking about us, but then you saying you don't want to be our friend to these girls, but you still riding around with me. That don't add up. So, Pretty Girl, like, sends me all this stuff. Then, the nail stylist, she sends me all this stuff. I recently blocked her on social media. And the reason why I didn't have her blocked for a long time is because I was still doing business with her. But I realized that one day I just woke up and I see something on social media that I didn't agree with, and I blocked her because there's no reason for us to communicate through social media, look at each other's social media. We no longer serve purposes in each other's life. I'm no longer your friend, you're no longer my friend, and that's the reason for me blocking her. I just rather her move on and me move on. I just want to say this. You can love somebody so much and you can care about somebody so much, but we got to stop this mean girl era. It's just not, it's not worth it. It's actually pretty disgusting and ugly. It's not cute. And we got to stop thinking that somebody want our life. I don't know what goes on behind your closed doors. You don't know what goes on behind my closed doors at all. Stop thinking somebody is jealous of you. They might just actually like the fact that you dress that way or like the fact your hair is that way. And they're just staring at you. They just admiring your beauty. But you thinking because she's staring at you, she hating on you. No, stop thinking like that. Or stop thinking because somebody has a conversation with your husband or your boyfriend that we want them. That's not the case. Like I said, I don't know what goes on behind your closed doors. I don't. People fake happy a lot. And it's not just for social media. It's around folks. It's this, that, and the third, and woo-de-woo-de-woo. I could have been married twice. Let me say it again. Twice. I decided to walk away. I decided to leave. I could have been somebody's wife a long time ago. I could have been a mother a few times. I don't want anybody else's life. And people have to stop walking around thinking that somebody wants your life. Nobody wants your life. Nobody knows what you really be going through behind closed doors. So, why would somebody want your life? And why is it that instead of you going to the person that you have these feelings with, expressing to them what's the problem is? Like, yo, I really don't bang with you like that. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool off you. You're not my cup of tea. That is so much easier to be said, to create these nasty groups talking about people. And also talking about people that you're supposedly not friends with, but you're friends with them. Just tell them what it is. Just say, like, look, we don't mesh. I can respect that more than for somebody to sit there and talk about me for 2 years. The story of what happened in a failed friendship. My name is Classy Shay. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys like, subscribe, comment, and share. I appreciate all the love that I get here is a story. I thought I would never tell the story, but as people say never. Thanks and have a great week. Bye.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.